トーマスたちのおしゃべりが楽しい。
崽子，你真没见过黑社会啊！操！
Oh, Tommy Plarail, you ruin everything you touch. So recently I found myself wanting, or kind of just needing, a new Red James, and it just so happened I found this thing. Or not really, I tried to get the original, much better version of this Talking James, but I kind of ended up with the new one. It's okay, I got refunded the difference, but like, whatever, now we have a completely different video than We're still gonna talk about it though. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the brand new, or not really brand new, just the redesigned Plarail Talking James, which is brand new. This thing has never been opened. And let's go ahead and start with the box, because that's just something that you do in reviews like this. Why are you... Don't question me. Yeah, it's pretty much just the exact same Plarail box we've seen a million times on this channel. But it is different in the sense that right here, it's not a CGI render. That's just a picture of the Plarail James inside of the box. That's a little different, I guess. Now, over here, it's the same picture of Thomas. Besides that, it's pretty much identical. Like, look, there's the James. We do have a little bit of, I guess, speech bubbles there that tell you what he says, like red, blue, and yellow. That's probably the only thing I could tell you until I get out Google Translate, not gonna lie. We have the same picture of James here on this side and the back. Again, just shows you a demo of how the engine works. I believe, well, this time it's not how the battery goes in, but how to, I believe, get the sounds and talking to work. Whatever, that's the box, you know what I'm saying? Let's just open this thing. All right, back to the desk. I would have done this on the, you know, layout, but currently I'm working on that. It's got some ballast and grass going down, so later. All right, let's see what's in. Okay, so normal styrofoam little brick there, which protects the wagon. I guess we're starting with that. So the reason I wanted the... He's gone. He vanished. So, like I was saying, the reason I wanted the original Talking James was, well, honestly, for numerous reasons. But one of them was for the fact it came with a blue passenger coach. This is like a normal, like, Trackmaster, like, just blue... It doesn't even have a face. Nice. This was a very valid change. Thank you so much, Plarail. It's not like I wanted the other one. No, I guess it's fine. It does have perks not really having a face, because if I wanted to repaint this, and I kind of do, it wouldn't be too hard. I wouldn't have to replace a face. There's no, you know... potential really big empty square or a need to buy a new sticker, anything like that. It's just a blue plank truck. Cool. Not really. It's just a blue plank truck. There's not anything to say besides that. Next, please. Come on. Was that him? Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is a talking jet. Yep, that's something, I guess. Wait, no, this is my new catheter. No, that one's green. I was wrong. This is my James. Okay, so right off the bat, there's not really a lot here that I'm seeing that's very different. We've got a little bit of a different face there. The pupils are, well, they got that little white dot there, little Pac-Man eyes, which I think is kind of neat. Lack of detail. There's nothing there on the front. Let's open them up. Before we get into that. All right, rip this open. This is so far kind of interesting. There's a few things, again, right off the bat, that I'm seeing that I'm, we'll go ahead and say I don't like. I think that's going to be pretty fair to assume. Now, another reason I wanted the other Talking James. It came with a lot more detail, like the lamp irons here were already painted. The little bit here, or the front of the smoke box where there's that little bit of red on the front of James normally, that was already done as well. The face, in my opinion, looked a lot better. And there also, there wasn't some, like, very poor... Is that a sticker? Yeah, that's a sticker of a fireman or conductor there. And it's only on one side. It's not even on the... Thank you, because I'm removing it anyway, but, like, that's just... If you were a kid and you saw that, I think you'd be a little bit disappointed, you know what I'm saying? Now, another thing that I think is a little bit egregious here is this Tinder connection. What is going on? That is so... Not only weird looking, but it just feels so long. I'm going to have to fix that, or see if that's something I can maybe shorten up. What can I say besides this is going to be a project? A little bit more one than I would have anticipated. Whatever. You know, and I still have a new Red James to work on. That's really all I wanted. Look, we even have faces ready. That's his sleeping face from Thomas and the Magic Railroad. It's, you know, it is what it is. I almost forgot he talked. We totally have to see this thing talk. Let's do that. Wait, okay, so another thing before that I just noticed. This thing is just like the Plarail Henry, where it's not a full painted running board. It's just the front there. There's nothing between those flashers. Oh, fuck. That's even more stuff I have to do. Great. All right, whatever. Before I have a hernia, what else? So it looks like it opens like a normal James, at least from the bottom there. Let's pop this guy open. See this? Let's take a look at the engine chassis really quick. Wow, okay, I mean, that's pretty, that's a firework there. That's pretty stock standard. I mean, it looks exactly like the other James chassis, or any other, you know, normal player, big engine chassis, I guess. Yeah, really not much to see there, I suppose. Same thing with the James. It's a slight, you know, paint. I don't even, you can't really call it modifications, just lack thereof. It's missing some paint. That's really all there is to say about that. Besides that, it's a typical Plarail James body. Now let's take a look at this tender. Let's see what's inside of here. Okay, so it doesn't look like the entire... Oh, okay. The entire tender does not come off, but the top of it does. This is a long screw. There's a lot of fireworks going on outside. Okay. Is that it? All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the inside of the tender there. Looks like we need 2 AAAs to get that talking feature to work. I assume that's the button you push for it, and this is the on and off switch, and that fits kind of just inside of the coal. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I think the tender's also a little bit bigger. Absolutely. Hold on, we can test that. Where is my Plarail? This is a little bit of a sneak peek. Here's the custom Plarail Edward that I'm working on. Here is the tender of him next to that. It's maybe by like a couple millimeters. That's a little bit bigger. I don't know if is the camera showing that. Not by much. Not by much. Also, guys, look, I fixed it. Finally a better Edward. Finally a better... We'll talk about him later. This video is not about him. Okay, batteries. Let's go ahead. Let's just test the engine super fast, see if that works. Should be fine, I imagine. Okay, so locomotive part works fine. And it looks like it just pulls this. This tender connection is absolutely... It does not look like you need that at all. I think I have a spare classic Plarail tender connection. I'm just going to try that out. I'm going to see if I can swap those as well. But really quick, before we get to that, let's put in one... Is this backwards? Yes, it is. 1 battery, 2 battery. I wonder what he said. What is this? How's this going to go? Let's see. Let's see. Pop that back on. Screw this back on real quick. And... that should be everything we need for the tender. Let's flip it on.
English quiz.
What the hell did you just say to me? No, I can't lie. That voice is a lot cuter than I thought it was going to be. I mean, looks like, again, you just press this button here.
Ow!
And he just, did that hurt him or something? Oops. Sorry, dude. Why'd you have a button if you didn't want me to fucking push it? Now, I was told if you hold this down, it actually does something a little bit special. Whoa! Let's try that again. Huh? Okay, so I guess that's like a color quiz there. I think if you just leave him alone for a minute, he also makes sounds. Let's put this body shell back on and see if he says anything just kind of while he's idling here like a car in GTA. No pressure. No pressure. Take your time. Take your time, James. It's fine. No complaints. No, I mean, again, the paint kind of sucks, I get, but like no complaint. It's just a James that yells at you in Japanese. That's pretty freaking cool. Okay, so for now, let's turn that off. Thankfully, it looks like a feature that you don't really have to use. It's just one of those things that's there. Should you want to, flip the switch and boom, you know. Besides that, the front is just a stock standard, or almost stock standard, lacking quite a bit of paint and detail. Plarail James. Really not much to say there. Besides, this tender connection is just egregious and just disgusting, and I don't like it at all, and I'm going to see if I can fix that. Give me 1 second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can we replace that, or whatever that is, with this? I have a feeling we can. So let's give it a shot really quick. Let's see if that fixes this James. I don't want to say I told you so. I do not want to say I told you so, but like I kind of told you so. Look at that. Is that not so much better just immediately? Plarail, why do I have to do everything for you? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it does seem like that was a, well, not seem like, well, there you can see it. It was a successful modification. James now has a much shorter tender connection. They're actually 1 unit there. And this still completely and totally works. There's nothing in this that is necessary. It's just a very big, bulky double coupler, which I have no use for. There's a lot of fire. They're welcoming James into the world. You know what I'm saying? Hello. And yes, the tender here does still work, as you can see. And another thing I did, I guess... Yes, that's what this grip here, I believe, is for. This will keep track of his movements, and... And when he stops there, that was a little delayed, but when he stops there, make a break sound. Don't believe there's any, like, chuffing sound. No, he just kind of talks as he goes. That's fine. This isn't something I'm going to really be using too much. It's just going to probably be something I turn on to annoy my wife. I was wrong. He totally does. I don't know if you can hear that. Shut up, James. I'm trying to show you off. He totally does. Ignore that part of the video. Dude, shut up. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Plarail, or the new Plarail Talking James. What am I going to rate it? You know, what are we thinking so far? This sticker alone makes it a 2 out of 10. Now, being honest with you, there is a lot of modifications I have to do here to make this a James that I use regularly, which I would like to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's really, there's nothing really wrong with this James. It even has a cool feature. But there's nothing about this James that makes me say you should buy this over the old one. Spend the extra money if you can. Get the old one. I mean, yeah, there's really not a lot wrong with this face. It looks fine, you know what I'm saying? There's just so much to it that you have to, you know, now do extra. Like the same thing you have to do with Henry, where you have to paint between the splashers if you want to finish the running board. Getting rid of that sticker and probably painting this entire area just black, which is something I did with Edward and have done with Jameses like this in the past. That is if I don't just completely cut out their cab and, you know, open it. I don't know if that's something I'm going to do to this James. That seems like a lot of work for something that's really, I don't know if that's worth it. You know, you know, there's really no reason to have this over a, you know, normal Plarail James unless it's cheaper, which I believe this is quite a bit cheaper on Amazon, you know, if you ever find. I think this thing's like $23. But it is novel. It has a very cute voice. I mean, if you want to make a James project, kind of like I do, you know, I kind of just want a James to work on. Boom, there you go. This is one that I can make a very, very cool James, I think. Especially, again, because I've had... What, did I just lose the face? No, no, I didn't. We have the James faces pretty much ready. This Thomas and the Magic Railroad sleeping face is going to just look so much better on this thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe like 6.5. No, 6 flat. And that's because I forgot about the troublesome truck. Or not even troublesome truck. Just blue wagon. Feel like I'm in Walmart again, like in 2009, looking at Trackmaster packs that I'll never buy. Cool, you know what I'm saying? You got me. At least I guess I did buy this one. Wait, is the buffer? No. Yep. So that's another thing too. The buffers do not have any paint on the back. I don't know. Like, that's not something I should have even expected. Like, it didn't even have finished running, but whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. 6 out of 10. Not the best thing in the world. Definitely not the worst James in the world. Just get a normal James. You know what I'm saying? It's probably better if that's just something you need. But if you do want a, you know, kind of unique and James that'll yell at you, different James, kind of like I did, not so bad. There's no justifying the fact that I bought this. It's just neat, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a James to put on my wall. That came with the box, and the box itself isn't even like a normal box. It's got like James himself. He's not gonna look like that by the time I'm done with him, or hopefully it is modifiable. 6 out of 10, I think, feels pretty fair. The next time you see this thing, maybe it'll be modified already. I don't know. I'm kind of waiting on the layout to dry, the glue that I have up there. So maybe you'll get a running session in a separate video. That might be something we do. I haven't decided yet. Am I even going to put this part in the video? I don't know. This might be like a blooper at like the very end after the Patreon outro or something like that. want to know why none of this video has the talking on, this is why. Listen to this. He gets maybe 3 chuffs in before he says something. Yeah, it's kind of dawning on me that I made a silly life choice right now. A very, very silly life choice. It's okay. I have a James now. Also, look at that. Look at that. That's the new rubber coupler, right? That's totally what's on this old one. If you look right here, that is exactly what I put on. So this is just an unnecessary add-on. Fuck you, Plarail.
Bye-bye. See you soon.